so far has been pretty fun, very few mistakes. So ever since round 2 at JomezPro, it's just been pretty much smooth sailing for me, which has been a nice change of pace for me. So
I'm excited to give it my all today, and it's been a while since I've been in contention, so I'm gonna give this one my best, and this one's for my homie, Gene Stuckey.
I think yesterday I made a couple mistakes, which really kept me from having a great round out there, but I feel like there's a lot more out there for me. So if I can get those strokes early and put some pressure on Simon, who's our leader right now.
Paul McBeth on lead card today obviously changes everything. Just a whole different vibes, but there's no different game plans. Just keep doing what I'm doing, and if I keep doing what I'm doing, it's gonna work out at the end.
Hello and welcome to the final round of the 2022 Portland Open presented by Dynamic Discs. We are playing Glendoveer East again today, and just 40 or so players remain in the men's division. You are watching JomezPro with BigSexy, Nate Sexton, Jeremy Koling.
No hype piece needed to get me hyped for today's round. This is going to be a thriller for me personally, something I've never done before. I have no information whatsoever, Nate, going into this round. I have avoided social media. I've avoided you fools here in the booth. I don't know what's going to go on, so I can't spoil anything. I don't want to see it in the comments. I'm sick and tired of it. No, but this is something I've never done before, so I'm really excited. Garrett Gurthie has been playing splendid. His tee shots have been amazing. He's been putting incredibly well, which is just great for him. Paul McBeth, though, like Simon said in the intro, changes everything. He has that power to do something that no other player has really ever done in this era on the last day. He makes these moves, and he is such a scary person to have there in the mix. And Isaac Robinson, he should be considered scary as well. He just takes very little time, goes off feel, and if he feels good, he can make a great run at this today.
Starting it off on hole 1, par 4, 670 feet with the OB green, hazard bunker, and OB everywhere else. Most players are going to go forehand if they've got it, or if they want to get aggressive, big, high turnover. With the tailwind today, though, that turnover's a little dangerous.
Up first on the tee, your reigning OTB champion, sponsored by Discmania and leading the tournament out of Shrewsbury, Massachusetts. Give it up for Simon Lizotte!
They gave the man a microphone, didn't they?
No one's ever deserved one more.
But no one's ever needed one less.
I think that's true. Simon gonna show us that big turnover.
Yeah, going with the fairway driver. Doesn't need a ton of distance, just needs to keep the plane of the disc moving right, and he has gone past that bunker, which is great for distance and put himself in a really good spot.
Make sure you ask him for his double G craft jerky, sponsored by Innova Champion Discs, out of Hawthorne, Florida. Let's make a loud round of applause for Garrett Gurthie!
It is hard to yell Gurthie. Like you just...
You tried it?
I have, yeah. Garrett and I were on tour together back in 2013. I was yelling it all over the time. All over the place. All over.
Wow,
No way.
he's going for the flagpole again.
He went left of it today. My goodness.
This needs to sit, and it will.
Wow.
I'm surprised at how wide he is taking that shot.
Apparently there's plenty of space back there.
5-time world champion out of Huntington Beach, California. Give it up for Paul McBeth.
That's a name you can scream at the top of your lungs.
I know you've tried that.
I've definitely been screaming that one at late nights.
Like around 2 a.m., just waking up in a sweat. Paul needs this to stay turned. This is what I'm talking about with that tailwind. Stables it up, and this is going to be gone.
Yep, that's early mistake for McBeth.
Last on the box, your reigning Super Bowl scramble champion out of Northwest Georgia, Out of Lawrenceville, Georgia, sponsored by Prodigy Discs, let's hear some roars for Isaac Robinson!
Sometimes they ask you what you want them to say, and sometimes they just dig deep in your profile. I'm guessing they dug deep there for that one. The Super Bowl scramble. This is looking really nice for Isaac. Very similar to what we saw in round 3, but actually a little bit more clearance. That's top-notch shape right there. That's exactly where you'd like to be off the tee. This weather is surprising to me.
Yeah. We were hearing threats of thunderstorms. It's blustery. It's kind of can't make up its mind. Today, the weather, I think you're going to see some of these really sunny calm holes, and there's also going to be some rain blowing in and some stretches of heavier wind.
Spoiler alert, dude. Come on, man.
Well, Paul looks like he's going to put this thing nice and close.
That's great. That'll be a par save for McBeth, most likely. Simon having to go turnover putter, which is usually not a problem for him. This is one of his preferred angles and disc choices.
Perfect shot.
Just still so impressed with the way he played in round 3 in the rain. Really was in no danger until the last 2 holes as Isaac has placed his approach right up there with Simon and Paul's. Just 2 putts that just fell out on the right side on 17, 18. Otherwise, you'd have played bogey free. And Garrett's going to have an early miss putt in the circle. That's going to feel like a big missed opportunity with 2 birdies in front of him coming right up. Well, 1.999. We'll just round that up to 2 birdies in front of him.
Nice birdie from Simon. And I think, interestingly, looking at your statistics here, Jerm.
Yes.
What was the hardest hole yesterday at a 4.3 average? Now the 15th hardest hole at 3.6. I got to think that has something to do with 116 player field being cut down to about 48, and you get the top end distance throwers. That hole maybe just not as daunting for those guys. Clearly not as daunting, because to go from first, most difficult, to 15th, crazy shift.
Well, you had me out there yesterday taking a 6 on it, and today I took 0 strokes on it. So that's, I mean, that's a huge difference.
That is
there.
huge. That is huge. Hole 2, 390, par 3. Simon took this wide hyzer route. Looks like he's eyeing that again.
Yeah, why not? Worked out for him great. This one's a little tighter. I wonder if he gets the distance. Said no one about Simon Lizotte ever. Perfect.
That's so good. I saw 2 guys in my group attempt that route. They weren't nearly that close.
It's hard to get that tight of a shot. You have to keep it so close to the tree to get the width that you want. Otherwise, you're going to be way right.
Yes. I think that's the easy mistake to make.
To go that high and still get the 390 in an effortless-looking throw. I mean, all of those things together. Awesome.
I love this line.
I love it.
He's got to be one of the only people taking this.
What's to not love? Besides that last part, I mean, that was going to finish right of the basket somehow, and he was 50 feet left of the tree. That's 100 feet left of the basket. So many things going on.
Paul likes this line too.
And this is going to be nice for distance, but this is going to be outside circle 1, I think. Maybe not, though. It's moving.
I think it is, yeah.
Just a little bit too wide.
Stayed out of the sand, though. Nice crowd on hand today.
Long effort for Isaac. What a fantastic. No matter how this shakes up for Isaac, what a great. I mean, on league cards, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th round. That hot 12 under start. I mean,
yeah.
And he's very much in the hunt. But my goodness, no matter how it works out, fantastic. Bit of a dream start for Simon. Everyone on the card taking pars, and he has got a tap in for birdie. Extending that lead by 1. He's got 4 now over Garrett.
Kind of the same thing we saw yesterday. The front 9, he was just kind of chipping away at everybody, getting a stroke here, getting a stroke there, growing it to as much as maybe 5 shots at that point.
I think it was.
And then he had that bad finish, and Garrett clutched up and took the birdie,
Yes,
and
he did.
here we stand. But if Simon can stretch it out again, I don't think he's going to make those same mistakes late.
It's hard to get multiple runs like that in one tournament. You know, it's like if you cut it down and then you lose it, it's hard to get that momentum back once again. It requires the other player also slipping again, which you just can't. You can't rely on Simon doing that the way he's playing so smooth right now.
This one is a bit of a bonus birdie, I feel. A lot of trees, really well guarded. OB on the left side. As you can see, 370 feet, slightly uphill.
Simon just a fraction off on that turnover line. Isaac going wider. This looks pretty good if he can avoid that last Dougie.
Yeah, this is really good. Perfect. That is the perfect shot shape for this hole if you've got it. Just that slow drift, getting around the last tree, still with enough energy to skip and slide. Absolutely parked.
This man is showing some incredible skill this week. Double G going a bit wider, but very overstable disc. Yep, that's workable. 38 feet coming up. See how close this stays. And that limb helps Paul a bit. I don't think that was in any danger of going out of bounds, but he's also about 38 to 40 feet away. With no need to try to get too frisky, Simon just lays that one up for the par. I didn't think that was going to hang on there, but it just kept going straight. Great putt for Paul.
Let's see how high and left this thing is. Looks, yeah, it kind of dropped late.
Yep.
Just grabs that last strand of chain and stays in. Great birdie.
It's the pace. That was all about pace. The speed was perfect, just dropping at the right time, like you said. Garrett. Oh, my. I didn't think he had a chance with his hyzer putt. With the obstacle in the way, what a beautiful putt from Garrett.
It looked like he caught a little piece of the branch. It did not matter. His putt, it's hard to tell when it's halfway there if it's in or not with that trajectory. He's kind of one of a kind that way with that kind of height, that hyzer angle.
Yeah.
But man, does he have it dialed in right now. I don't know that I've ever seen him more solid. I've seen him this solid, certainly, but I've never seen him more solid from that 35
Masters
type
Cup.
distance.
When he won Masters Cup, that was when we were seeing every
what I was
bit of
thinking
his
too.
game. He was playing in the woods, which at that time people didn't know him for being a woods player. So that was him really emerging. Like, I can throw the straight rock shot all day long, but also when you get to the golf course, I can do it obviously on the big shots, which we all expect him to do.
Yeah.
But then he had the triple crown because he was making the putts too. So if he can keep that up, man, it's going to be great to watch this thing unfold.
Big turnover or roller here with the 450-foot par 3.
Yeah, it's going to come up well short of circle 2 even maybe. I think he's probably in C3.
Garrett with the Roadrunner. Expect this to be rolling along the ground. Needs to get past these white stakes. It does that just fine.
Yeah.
Curls up maybe 40 feet short.
Simon's birdie on 2 was looking like a dream start, but then he got the only par on 3, which is just a nightmare for him. He's got to be really sweating right now. And this is turning over pretty hard. It's going to come up well short.
Should have an open look.
How spongy was the soil for the rollers?
I don't think it's a major concern. It was, even through the rain, I expected the rain yesterday to kind of slow the rollers down a little
This
bit
is
more than
looking
it ended up to doing. This is going to be deep.
Good, though. Curling back, I think. Yeah, wow. Just long.
Yeah.
I mean, he's as long as the other guys are short.
Maybe more. Yeah, he's going to be up next, I think, unless they go speed of play.
Always right on line. What a skill to have from 75, 80 feet, just to keep it close every time. So they do go by order of distance, and Simon kind of waving that one goodbye as he knew that one was not on course. McBeth with a solid bid over the top. And Garrett with an opportunity to join Isaac and Simon at 2 under if he can make this one.
Wow.
What is going on? Let's go, G. That was awesome.
Huge putt.
Oh, I love the body English. He hyzered at the same time the disc crashed into the right side.
And after those two back-to-back, 30-something footer and then a 40-something footer, look out. I mean, that's exactly the kind of momentum and the kind of confidence he's going to need going forward to close down the gap on Simon, and he's got it down to 2.
I'm not really that surprised ever to see Garrett make a 45-footer. If there's any sort of trouble around, he knows that with his hyzer putt that he can't really run the putts on mounds and with things behind because it tends to stand up and roll. But if it's flat ground, Garrett's just as good from 45 feet as most pro disc golfers are. To me, the part that scares me a bit when he's getting nervous are those 25-footers, the ones that you feel like are automatic for most players. That's the one that sometimes feels a little bit nervy for Garrett. So if he can make some of those, that will be equally as impressive to me as these big long putts.
Hole 5, par 4, 910, and certainly one of the signature holes on this course because of this drive right here.
It's just so fun. And what a beautiful backdrop. And I think if the clouds weren't out, we would be able to see
St. Helens.
Mount St. Helens in the background. But unfortunately, that has been blocked by those pesky little clouds.
That's definitely not Oregon in the distance. That's Washington over there.
And Isaac is going to be flirting with this bunker.
Ooh.
Wow. Very close. Just a little exchange of numbers.
Yeah, man, that was maybe more than flirting. Pretty serious stuff for the young guy.
Well, his brother just got married, so congratulations to Ezra. I know he's watching along. As Isaac said yesterday, he's an okay disc golfer too. Very good disc golfer. And I think with the height, Simon's eliminating the chance of going in the bunker. Yes, kind of. Man, just to go that high and still get that amount of distance. McBeth probably 380, 390 is my guess.
And he's over.
Yes, he is. He's developed that forehand so well over the last 5-6 years. He's always had a good forehand, but his trust and control has just gotten steadily more consistent and longer. He can use it on those 400-foot shots with the best of them. Too easy. This is drifting. I think it should be near circle one's edge, and it's going to be a bit long. Just didn't quite have the stability at the end that Simon needed.
The correct miss, though, certainly,
Absolutely.
to be right.
Mm-hmm. And long. And I think Isaac's just going to run this again.
Perfect.
Yeah, I mean, that's just almost a replay of round 3.
It's going to be Simon first, 50-footer. A little bit of danger behind it.
And now Garrett. Now the putt that Garrett has here is exactly what I'm talking about with the nerves. If he makes this, he will be within 1 stroke.
Oh boy.
Mistake that McBeth cannot afford with Simon.
I mean, Paul is
Parring.
6 back, and,
Yes.
and he knows he's 6 back.
And gee, that's a little too close to call that a nervy one, but you know, we've all missed that putt many times, especially when you're elevated going downhill, baskets on a mound.
1-shot game. Big time birdie and a turkey now, 3 in a row for Garrett.
And look at that swing of events there. Simon gaining 2 on the first 2 holes on Garrett and looking like maybe there's one of those runaways, but just as soon as we say that second comeback that I said probably wouldn't happen, just happened, just like that. My goodness.
Looking at hole 6, downhill par 3, 430 feet, another very well guarded pin position. I think the backhand flex play for a right-hander is probably the most open line available. So look for these guys to go to overstable discs and put a little bit of anhyzer on them to get the nose down, keep it low under the ceiling, and then swing back for a skip to the basket.
I would have never thought this hole would average par for the field that made the cut. That's the 3rd hardest hole.
Wow.
It's a little bit surprising, right?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, certainly can understand a couple bogeys. If you are stuck in behind those trees, that this approach can get really awkward. But I would have bet on at least 2-1 birdies to bogeys.
This is just a shot that's just made for Isaac's type of throw, I feel. Initial turn, flatten out, late hyzer, just got the height a bit off on that release. And McBeth is going to make the
Doesn't
same
have stability.
Yeah, same mistake as Garrett, just hung out way too wide, even wider than Garrett's. See if Simon is able to correct this little par streak he's on and get to 30 under, and I think he has also made the same mistake. And was there some wind coming down the hill? A little bit of a left to right, I'm told, or right to left.
Simon just going to lay that up.
%, birdie, 9% par, or 9% bogey, 83% par. So there's really not many of either. Just
That makes perfect sense to me.
4 birdies, 4 bogeys.
Wow, only 4.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And here's one of the 4. And that, I mean, that makes things unrealistic for Paul's chances.
Yeah, and well, I mean, and just the fact that he's missed back-to-back C1 when you're in a moment with your back against the wall, trying to mount this incredible comeback. I mean, deflating is the minimum of what it can be for you, and absolutely ending your chances is more likely, I think. I mean, just it's going to take a huge run and probably some big mistakes from Garrett and Simon to have Paul in the hunt again.
Portland is a place where Paul goes on big runs after mistakes. If you go back to 2014, taking the 7 in the final round, and with like 12 holes left in the round, and then the final 9, he birdied
almost every hole.
Almost every single hole, and then went into a 5-hole playoff and birdied every single hole in that playoff. I mean, he has the ability to do it, but if you're Simon, if you're Garrett, there's a little bit of a relief knowing that Paul's a little bit farther back.
Ooh, boy, this is barely making the Mando.
But not in a good spot. Oh, wow. That was...
And this is short of the mandatory, but birdie way out of the question from there, I think.
Simon threw a gem of a roller in round 3, and he has backed it up with perhaps even better, or right about the same spot he was yesterday.
Yeah, great shot there.
He made his approach very simple, gave himself 20-foot tap in for birdie. See if he can repeat that. Wow, Paul testing the ceiling, going higher than the limbs allowed, but finding a hole and getting to the top of the hill. And really not much else you can do. Nice shape there for Isaac to get a lot of distance, but he'll still have a couple hundred feet left for the up and down par.
It's always important to kind of slow the feet and just throw explosive with the arm when you're going uphill like this. If you try to really push the footwork. Wow. Wow.
What? Gee, you were out of position. Did you not hear us?
Yeah, didn't you hear me saying how you were on an upslope and not much was, you couldn't really do much from there? That was huge.
What an effort. What a beautiful shot.
I wonder how aware he is. I'm sure the cheers give him a pretty good indication, but what a shot.
I mean, I'd be clapping just to get to circle 2 from his position if I were in the crowd, so maybe, it's hard to tell.
Yeah.
A nice shot from Paul. And I think Simon's heading for, almost a little bit of metal. You can't call it metal anymore if it doesn't hit the cage. It's got the koozie, so almost a little bit of
foam.
A little foam and plastic. Easy work for Isaac. Paul will be up. Must make.
Are you serious?
Now the missed putt on 5, the missed putt on 6, and now the missed putt on 7, back to back to back.
That's 3 C1s in a row, is it not?
And Simon, door open, my word. That is something he has been incredibly consistent with all the last 2 weeks.
I mean, Garrett is going to take that all day.
We got a tie ball game.
I cannot believe those misses we just saw in these last couple holes.
I am very surprised as well. Wow.
This tournament coverage is sponsored by Fortnite. A new season starts this week. Check it out at the link in the pinned comment.
Unbelievable stuff from Paul McBeth.
Looking at hole 8, par 4, 615, going downhill the whole way, and this one is eagleable. See who goes aggressive here. If you want to play a turnover that fades back left at the end or an aggressive roller, the biggest arms can and do reach this hole.
And no surprise, once again, this coming in at the easiest hole on the course. It plays every bit of a must get for these guys. Just avoid the early trees and you're set up with an easy birdie. Or you could hit one of the early trees like Garrett did in round 3 and still save the birdie from 450 feet.
He's not going to have to worry about that this time.
Isaac going big turnover. Oh, well, actually redirects him, and that's terrible now, unless, yeah, that's going to not come back.
Oh, that's a terrible little kick.
I like the angle. I didn't think it had enough turn out of his hand, and then just redirected. And
yeah, initially you think, oh man, maybe it saved him, but clearly not. Simon's getting aggressive.
If this is overstable, this is going to, yeah, this is really nice. And this is why Dustin Keegan was saying this hole was eagleable with the air shot because of players like Simon playing that overstable backhand anhyzer. Yeah, I thought McBeth would have to start.
Oh, and this might be in trouble.
No
Can
way.
it cut back in for him?
Okay, yes, he's going to be fine. I like the angle out of his hand, but man, just one bad kick. That being said, he should still be able to get up and down.
Yeah, you would think. Nothing really in the way.
Except, yeah, not much in the way.
But that's the same range that we've seen him miss 3 in a row. I mean, I can't imagine he'll make it 4. But
it's hard to. That's what I was gonna say. It's like nothing in the way except the 29 feet between him and the basket. And I normally wouldn't say that for him, but obviously we've seen a little bit of slip-ups. And Garrett's not gonna be worried about anything other than hitting his head on the top of the basket.
Simon might be looking to take a bid here.
Yeah, why not?
Oh, yeah, he's closer than I even thought.
Oh.
Just short.
A great effort. And Paul does deliver the birdie. And I guess we have to give a shout out. Kevin Jones, park job, round 3. Linus Carlson, whose name I'll never say correctly. Linus. And I'll just get blasted by all the Swedes. Linus. With it says the throw-in was from 5 feet.
Wow.
And he had a 2. So congrats to you, Linus, for the big eagle on 8.
Hole 9, par 4, 645 feet, and this one is way uphill. The drive starts out a little bit down, but after that, it's just gradual uphill, making this hole play much longer than the listed distance. And again, it's a very well-guarded green. So we're going to the red basket. You'd like to get your drive as far as you can, maybe even out left or out right is preferable to being dead straight. And then set up your preferred shot into the green. Garrett likes out left.
Yep. Hitting a little tiny phantom branch off the tee, but didn't really affect much on that drive. He's going to be in really good position. Simon hitting maybe the same thing Garrett hit. It's surprising that Garrett didn't just cut it clean off, but that did seem to affect Simon's distance a little bit, but he's still in pretty good spot.
McBeth likes that same line. See if they go 4 for 4 out there. Looks like it.
And this will set up the 350.
Yeah, but playing longer, maybe.
Yeah, maybe not. Yeah, something around, probably playing like 375. That's going to be a short effort for Isaac. You can't leave him short much more if he wants to give this thing a run the back 9. 5 back. Garrett and Simon are both playing clean.
Nice shot from Paul. Looks to be in circle 1, looking at a birdie.
Simon going for the flex line. This is looking really good.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's good. That's really good.
Nice call, partner.
That is beautiful. That is the purest line. And you can see right here, he misses Tinkerbell's house. Yep, misses it perfectly. I just feel like it's got to be a fairy's nest somewhere in one of these double squares on the screen. It wouldn't be right if there wasn't one.
And Garrett knows Simon's parked. puts it to the edge of the circle.
Right where we saw Simon in round 3, and he made that putt. Oh, what an effort. It's hard to build the drama when Isaac steps up behind his putt.
For a couple reasons.
Yeah, I mean,
He almost always is online.
Yeah.
And he takes like maybe 2 seconds. Great putt, Garrett.
6 down, front 9. Worst case scenario, Simon's putter hits the cage and still goes in. And he's tied for the lead going in. 9 holes to go. What a storm from Garrett. Putting, 3 of them outside the circle. Awesome stuff. Jumping up to a tie with Simon, who shot 4. And look at Gannon Burr. He's the one making the big move right now at 7 under in the front 9. And it's looking like a 2-horse race.
Agreed. Garrett with the momentum on his side, but Simon, maybe the hottest player on the planet right now.
It's hard to argue against that, but man, I am excited. The disc golf has been incredible all week. Just one more back 9 to go, and we will have a winner here in Portland.
Thank you to the Founders Club. Please like and subscribe and join us for the last 9 holes from the Portland Open.